Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Celebration Space and Coffee with Kaylee. My name is Kaylee Phelps, and today we are talking about creative and original event themes. So Thursdays with the Coffee and Kaylee show are typically about events, and I've been in the event industry for over 5 years and love it. I think bringing people together is one of my favorite things to do, and I've seen a ton of events and a ton of different things and ways to get people into a theme, to try to format decor and food and outfits and all of those good things. So I really went off of some of my favorite event themes, and I might talk a little bit about some that have been maybe a smidge overdone. And maybe for you and your community, any event theme is original or brand new to you because there aren't a million galas or parties that you're going to, especially during this time in the global pandemic. I feel like a lot of event themes are going to feel refreshed after. We're all just going to be excited to be happy, healthy, and all together once it is safe to do so. But I wanted to talk about some themes that I've looked up. I've done a lot of research. There are listicles all over the internet for creative event themes, and I've looked over hundreds of those and compiled them into 5 different categories. So the categories are outdoor, just because I think that is the safest thing for us to do right now. Places and times, sci-fi and aesthetic, pop culture, and guest outfits. So I love that last one, mostly because the guests are bringing most of the decor and the theme to you. So I'm just gonna dive in and be excited about these themes. I'm gonna try to fly through them as quickly as possible. So the first one for outdoor, I want to do hygge, which is Hygge, and it's a Danish word. And if you look on Instagram, it has over almost 6.5 million hashtags for this, and it's a Danish word meaning coziness or enjoying some of the best things in life. So really, this could just be a cozy party, fireplace or fire pit, twinkly lights, lots of warm drinks, and big cozy sweaters, big cozy blankets, pillows, things like that. Tyler and I went to a wedding in January that was a cozy, their attire, it was an outdoor wedding in Georgia, but it was kind of a more cozy cocktail theme. So that was the first time I had seen cozy cocktail, and it was really cute how it turned out, and so I thought this was great. Also, when I was in high school, we did some parties for our dance team, and one of my favorites is that we had a scavenger hunt where we tried to kind of bond our little teams into different things, and my team wore groutfits, which are just gray, basically gray on gray sweatsuit outfits. So I think a fun, if you're just getting together with friends, I don't think this is quite a corporate party or a nonprofit party, but having a groutfit party, also awesome. I think game day parties are super fun, especially with what's going on in sports right now. Wear your favorite sports jersey. It can be from any sport. It can be from any season. Wear it. You can do a cookout, a barbecue, just kind of have TVs or different sports memorabilia around, and that can bring that theme together. A drive-in, I think, is an awesome idea. I love the idea of going a little bit more retro, maybe putting up a screen and doing a movie, or if you are doing a nonprofit event or a birthday or something where everyone can be facing the same direction and you can kind of be talking, and it's going to be a little less mingling, but it's going to be extremely safe with social distancing guidelines, and it can bring together a really cute theme. Glamping is also a fun one that I love. I actually was introduced to glamping a very long time ago from the show The Only Way is Essex, which is kind of like, I want to say kind of like a more fancy version of the Jersey Shore in England, in British TV. So they went glamping there, and I just thought that it was the cutest idea. They had really big blow-up furniture and, cozy things, and even a TV, different things. So if you can bring that all together outside in a safe way, I think glamping is a really fun way to bring together camping, but also add a more sophisticated vibe. And then I have a number of other ones that I've seen quite a bit, but still are really fun. So derby days are always really fun. So you can have, you know, the mint juleps, the big hats. I actually ran an event at the stable where American Pharoah was born. So you can also revolve it around a specific character or someone, or even, you know, within sports, you can revolve that around depending on who your audience is, of course. Summer Olympics, Island Luau, and a fun one that I saw was garden gnomes. So I always think of, I think it's Travelocity, no copyright, but doing garden gnomes, or doing something where you're in a garden doing some oversized things, or just having a ton of the same item all over can be really fun. Or also just like garden ornaments would be fun. So that's what I have for outdoor themes. I wanted to jump into places and times. So one of my favorite themes I've seen is Havana Nights. So I do want to note that you need to be really careful when you're doing this about cultural appropriation. So with Havana Nights, really just doing a cigar station, doing more 1950s big prints and music, and having, you know, more of a tropical theme. So then also Monaco I thought was really fun. It's a little bit of a James Bond theme, and the Grand Prix, and maybe you have some cars or some races going on in the background, and just kind of really evoking that Monaco theme. Then one of my all-time favorite eras is the 1920s. So not quite the 2020s, but doing a speakeasy is something that's really fun, where you could have a hidden door, you could have a password for the evening, it could be very glam. I'm sorry, I just got a phone call. I'm getting all of these spam calls lately, so I apologize. But really having a speakeasy can be really fun to do some fancy drinks and cocktails and some more, you know, upscale retro looks, and also have a password at the door. Then the Himalayas I thought was a cool theme, where you can have different mountain themes. You could also do this one outside as it's getting colder. And if you've ever been to Disney World, they have a ride called Everest, and I think of that as like, it's almost like a museum to the Yeti as you are going on to that ride. So I think of like almost like some skiing equipment and you know, photos of the Yeti, or different like cool little memorabilia that you might be able to bring together for that. And then along with places and times, you could do Oktoberfest or a Mocktoberfest, or a, you know, do something outside of October, but honoring Oktoberfest. Christmas in July, an April Fool's theme is really fun if you're holding an event where, of course, it's probably not corporate, but where you can have some jokes along the way. Carnivals and circus themes are also really popular, so you might be able to bring those together as well. Then for the next category, I have sci-fi and aesthetic. So when I was in high school, Avatar came out. So Avatar can be a really fun theme, encouraging guests to wear blue, doing some blue lights, having some, you know, it's almost like a jungle theme, and also being able to bring in a sci-fi element to that. Into the Future, I really like. You can do Back to the Future, but I like the idea of Into the Future, almost like, it reminds me of Xenon, which was a show on Disney Channel where she was the girl of the 21st century. But doing something, especially if you're a school, doing something where you are more honoring, especially for elementary school fundraisers, doing something for the year, you know, 2045, or doing something where it's going to be the year where your child's going to graduate, doing that for a birthday party. Maybe it's their second birthday party, and you're theming it for Into the Future for when they'll turn 18 or 16 or whatever that will look like, and just kind of bringing in some futuristic themes and encouraging guests to dress that way. With schools, I also want to throw in some other themes. I think doing snow days could be really fun. It could be kind of a pajama party type theme. And then also doing like an ice cream social or pizza party is also just pretty classic, and also kind of honors your inner child. So, which can also come with lots of board games, lots of fun. Then I love the theme of time travelers, where you could have, especially if you're doing a gala and maybe you have a cocktail hour, you have an auction, silent auction room, and then you have a big dining room, and doing different times or places or themes to go through the different spaces. Maybe you have a long hallway where you can make it look a little bit like a time traveler theme. So I think that would be really fun, and there's a lot of creative outlet there. Then other aesthetic themes are glow in the dark, neon, glitter, gold, black and white party, under the sea, secret garden, into the jungle. All of those different things are safari. All of these things are different places where or aesthetics that we've seen time and time again. I really love an under the water theme. I've run a number of events at the Georgia Aquarium, so it kind of has a built-in under the sea theme, but I think that's a really fun thing to do. So now we're going into pop culture. So you could do one on game shows where people dress up either honoring their favorite game show or being prepared to be a contestant on their favorite game show, and doing it every hour or every few hours, honoring Jeopardy or, you know, The Price is Right, or different game shows in different ways. Then also, Where's Wally? So you can also encourage all of your guests to wear stripes. You could even do something with a raffle where it's like, if you can find this person in this picture, or you could take a big cutout with a big actual Where's Waldo cutout and put it in a photo with a group photo, which is really fun. A Mad Hatter's Tea Party or Willy Wonka theme is always so cool to see come to life. I saw a really amazing at the Beau Rivage that is in Biloxi, Mississippi, and they do really cool event themes and decor there. So a Mad Hatter's Tea Party, there are just cards hanging from the ceiling. You went through the rabbit hole to get into the ballroom space, and they had a tea party thing set up. They had a candy bar, which also goes with the Willy Wonka theme, which can be more of like a night of pure imagination, where you can have a candy bar, you can have Willy Wonka themes, and you can kind of have some big purple and orange going on. Where am I? Oh, Candyland also goes with the candy theme. So doing little games or themes, pop culture things, like Night at the Museum also has a lot of creative outlet with it, where you can have different rooms dedicated to different times, and you can have historical figures or hire people to act as historical figures, which is really fun and a good way to get your audience to participate or really get into the theme. I would just be careful with, I saw a lot of suggestions for like Game of Thrones theme or Star Wars theme, which those are really fun. I would just say just be careful, because if not everyone in your audience is a big Star Wars fan or a Game of Thrones fan, they're gonna feel really left out when everyone is, although there is a lot of creative freedom in both of those themes. I would just be careful with that. You can also do something with any TV show, movie, game that will work, like I said, with your whole audience. Or you could do a generic festival, or like your favorite sci-fi cosplay. So people wearing or representing their favorite different characters from different things. Or you can do more of like a Renaissance festival where people are coming, which if you've been to a Renaissance festival, normally there is almost like some cosplay involved where people come representing different characters. So we are into our last category. Thank you for hanging with me. And I think that guest outfits, like I said earlier, are really fun because they bring the theme to you, so you're able to not have to do as much with decor. But one of them is the Pantone color of the year, which I think is really fun, where you're just really highlighting that. Or you can go into what I was talking about with the grout fit, where you wear just all one base color and call it like a box of crayons party, where everyone wears, like I'm wearing all black right now, but you could wear all black, all green, all pink, all whatever you want to do there. You can do an anything but clothes party, which can get a little dicey. I I would just be sure to make sure that you set boundaries on that. As also with a pajama party, just making sure that things don't get a little more promiscuous, let's say, than we want them to be. But also you can do high fashion and put a little catwalk in, have people enter that way, or do a little fashion show. You can also do a power clash, which I learned about from the show Girls, where you just throw together an outfit and maybe it's 2 different really powerful patterns for a power clash, which also goes in line with the classic ugly sweater party. So putting together an outfit that you think is ugly, but just to have fun with it. Then you can also do things like fake prom or a fake wedding, and just either wear old dresses or get older dresses from a secondhand store. And I think that one of the things I learned about being in the travel industry for so long is that they host fake weddings at different destination resorts so that travel agents can go there and experience what a wedding would look like for their clients. And they say that it's some of the most fun because you don't know anyone, but you're still eating dinner with people and you're dancing. And so you can either hire actors or you can have 2 people come together and do that. I know that they've done this in a couple of university settings where they'll have 2 people get fake married and they'll rent out a ballroom and have fake bridesmaids and groomsmen and do the whole fake wedding, which is pretty fun. And then lastly, you can have a generic party. I know that my parents did this, which is fun, where you just wear generic clothes and you have generic, just like a sign like champagne or like food, just having really generic things. It also kind of goes in line with like a black and white party, not a black tie gala or black and white gala, but having it more generic in that way. Or you can just do a themed party where it's based on a letter, like almost like Sesame Street. This episode is brought to you by the letter K, and you can dress anything that starts with the letter K. We did this in college. We had, for our dance team, you could show up to the party with an outfit that was representing anything starting with the word D or T. So I went as a teacher, my friend went as a set of dice and had a white t-shirt and just like put like black spots on her. So that was those are a few of my ideas. I hope that me congregating all of these ideas into one place might be helpful for you. If you have any questions about your own event or event theme, how to make it safe, how to talk to your venue, I've done a number of videos on events and everything from your child's birthday party to corporate events, auctions, and galas for nonprofits and across the board. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and until next time, enjoy celebrating today.